I begin by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land and pay my respects to their elders, past and present. I extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. Today is the day 42 of the Grand Australian Ride. Today I rode from Brisbane to Port Macquarie. The ride date is 10th of June 2022. The time it took me was 10 hours. The weather was warm and dry, but a little chilly towards the end as it got really late. The distance I covered was 534 kilometers. The terrain was just normal green veg farms mostly, and the road was mainly straight. I took 2 fuel stops, one in Tynedale and the other one at Kimsey, and I finished at Port Macquarie a little late during the day. Good morning. Today is day 42 and the date is 10th of June. I'm currently in Brisbane. I arrived here yesterday, I think around 4 o'clock or something, and so basically the plan for today is to ride from Brisbane to Port Macquarie. The distance is around 530 or something like that, 530 kilometers. From what I understand, it's a busy road. It's a little chilly, so what I thought was to start a little late. Now I understand that this means it's about 7 o'clock. I'm planning to start around 9 o'clock because I'm going to go and meet someone nearby and then start from there around 9. So if I start at 9, I know that it's going to be roughly, I'll probably reach there around 5-6 o'clock or something in the evening, but that should be okay because I would get a good portion of the afternoon run where it's a little warmer, and also with the traffic. So if I leave around 9 o'clock, I might just miss that peak hour traffic because I'm in Brisbane. It's a big city, and so that's the plan. Now I'm really excited for today. Last night after I came over here, I was spoiled for choice. This side next to basically this hotel is in a crossings, and on one side of the crossing there is like a huge Asian market, and they have like 2-3 dozen restaurants over there. On the other side there is Coles and Hoyts and everything, and they have a few restaurants there, and same on the fourth side. So I just went to the Asian market. I thought try something new. Had quite a lot of options in vegetarian, and fantastic. So had a good night, rested well, and very excited for today. Now I'll update you once I'm on the road. Okay, so we are good to go. The first stop is at a cafe. I'm just meeting someone. So let's get started. Om Ganeshaya Namah. Sri Adishakti Mata Ki Jai. Krishna Kanhaiya Lal Ki Jai. Har Har Mahadev Har. So we stayed over here last night. I stayed over here last night. Musty was outside, of course. It was a little chilly. It's actually a little chilly this morning as well. The sun is out, sky is clear, so that is fantastic. I went over there on the right hand side. So I went next door for dinner last night, and Yeah, that's where Coles and the cinema and everything is on my right hand side there. So it's in the suburb called Sunnybank. Sunnybank, I think that's a suburb. Okay, so you see on the left hand side, that's where Coles and Kmart and everything is. And over here, Market Square. This blue building is where I went for dinner last night. So many just there, so many restaurants there. On my left over there are a few restaurants over there as well. So this place is basically center of everything. So if you are traveling, it's definitely a good place to stay. The rooms are basic, nothing extraordinary, but they're good, safe, good parking. Now I don't need to fuel up this morning because I already did yesterday when I arrived in Brisbane. I was kind of running out, so yeah, I filled it up yesterday, so all good for now. Chalo Amit bhai, pleasure meeting you. Marsu, thank you boss. So I just met Amit bhai Patel over here. He had contacted me on Instagram. Very nice gentleman, very passionate about travels. We had like nearly 1.5 hour discussions and everything. Had breakfast together, and now I'm actually leaving. So it's a little late for me today, but I think it's okay. It was worth meeting him. He is very involved in the community and very passionate traveler. So yeah, gives a lot of motivation when you meet people like this. Anyway, so now we are off to Port Macquarie. Yeah, I think that's where we are going today. Okay, hopefully the traffic will be less. The good thing is, living around this time, it's warmed up a little bit. So happy. Rush has just finished, so the traffic has lightened up a little bit, and I really hope it will stay like this until I get to Port Macquarie. I think we oh man, the signals just keep on coming. There is this road goes straight into the A1 or M1. It's not A1 over here, it's called M1 here. Yeah, so it straight joins into the M1. So I'm kind of in the outer suburb already. I'm on the southern side of the city as I'm going south. When I met Amit bhai over here, he said to me that the first Gurudwara of Australia would come on your way when you're going to Port Macquarie. So I'm hoping to just make a quick stop over there, pay my respect, and then move forward. So let's see how we go. If we get a chance, then I'll definitely try and stop over there. is going to join into M1, which goes towards Gold Coast. I'm not stopping at Gold Coast, but I might stop at there's a small town that will come along the way. It has the first Gurudwara of Australia, so I'll try and see if I can make a quick stop over there. Yeah, and actually I didn't know about that Gurudwara, but when I met Amit Bhai Patel earlier today, he recommended that it will definitely be a good idea to, if you can, to stop over here. It's only a kilometer inwards from A1, so I thought, why not? If I get a chance, I will definitely want to stop over there, pray, show my respect, and then get going from there. Always good to get blessings. Okay, so it's actually from here, M1, this one, Pacific Freeway. So we have to take the Pacific Motorway slip road, just this one. Okay, so this merges on to M1. Okay, so looks like there is a bit of traffic out here. That's okay. It's not that bad actually. Yeah, so we are finally leaving Brisbane and on our way to Port Macquarie. I have not got any plans for today on where to stop, except at the first Gurudwara of Australia. That's what I'm going to try and stop at. And yeah, so apart from that, we'll do freestyling, see how we find everything. Total distance is more than 500 kilometers, so I'm estimating around 9 to 10 hours of riding time, including stops. So let's see how we go. Alright, so between Gold Coast and Brisbane, this is the motorway. It's connected by motorway, not a highway. Of course, it starts from what was the name? Jimpy? I'm still figuring out. Jimpai. Yeah, it's either Jimpai, whatever it's called. So it starts from there and to Brisbane, and from Brisbane to Gold Coast, you have this motorway throughout. I don't know beyond Gold Coast what happens, but yeah, we'll find out. It's a nice motorway, free open space. The only thing is it's a bit windy today, at least. So in cases like this, it's just but otherwise the traffic is not bad. So far so good. So we would be as you can see on Movie World and Wet and Wild sign on my left just came in. If you look further down out there, that's Movie World and Wet and Wild. So I'm just passing by those theme worlds. Yeah, and there are actually 4 of them in on my left hand side. If you go further down, it's Gold Coast. So I'm kind of passing by Gold Coast as we speak. Gold Coast is very popular for vacations and stuff, like for kids in particular, because it's got this Movie World Wet and Wild, which is on the right. There is another 2 that are in Gold Coast as well. I think one is called Sea World, and then there's something else. So there are like 4 of them in total. I think 4 or 5 in total, just in Gold Coast. And there it is, on my right. That's the theme park. But we won't be going into Gold Coast. We're just passing on the motorway. We'll pass through. Obviously, because we don't have that much time to cover all of that. This whole patch is full of things to do. You could probably spend like 3 months between Cairns and Sydney. It is that there are so many things that comes along the way. The whole of East Coast is developed. But anyway, so that's that. There is also another place called Surfers Paradise. It's Harbour Town sign on the left. That is part of I think Gold Coast. See, it says exit for Gold Coast free highway. See that, the Gold Coast highway? That's a highway that goes to Gold Coast. There's another place called Surfers Paradise, also very popular, that comes along the way as well. I have been to Gold Coast a couple of times earlier. A very nice place to take a break, and a lot of fun times. So yeah, definitely recommend this if you're coming. Probably if you have one extra day, don't stay in Brisbane, stay in Gold Coast. Take a day break and just go around Gold Coast and then leave the next day if possible. For me, one, I'm alone doing this solo, so it's not that fun going to Gold Coast solo. And secondly, I'm under a schedule. I need to finish the trip in certain time. So yeah. Anyways, otherwise the wind is okay, not that bad. Traffic is alright. A little boring riding on this road because any motorcyclist will tell you this road can be a bit boring, monotonous. But that's the element of the challenge, I guess. That's a SeaWorld sign, as you can see on the left. That's SeaWorld, which is in Gold Coast as well. Huge roadworks between Gold Coast and Gold Coast Airport. And oh man, the traffic is really quite high over here. As you can see, this is still freed up a little bit. Earlier it was practically a parking lot, but it's a different that's quite a lot of change in scene since the past few days. But the good thing is it's opening up now, so yeah, we're moving a bit more faster. So after the Gold Coast Airport, the traffic should lighten up a little bit. Until Gold Coast Airport, you can expect it will be quite high. But after that, hopefully it should all lighten up now. Roadworks have ended. There is also a wildlife sanctuary on the left. I didn't know about that one. It's one of the theme parks or something like that. There's a lot around here. Now apparently there is a tunnel that's coming along the way as well. Should be coming anytime now, because there was some signage saying what's sort of prohibited in the tunnel and all those things. So I can't remember last time I was here. It's been a while, so I don't know where the tunnel was and everything. Apparently it's supposed to be somewhere over here. Welcome to New South Wales. So we are at the border now. I didn't know the border was over here. Oh, that is interesting. I'm entering New South Wales now. Okay. That is definitely interesting. I didn't know this. I seriously didn't know this. Yeah. Anyway, so here we are entering the next state now. I'm a little crazy stopping over here as the traffic is pretty heavy. But anyway, so I'll just briefly stop, take a photo, and then get going. Alright, so we went to New South Wales. I stopped to take a photograph. Now the problem is I need to get back on the highway. The traffic is so heavy that it's sort of harder to get into these lanes. So I'm trying to find a good spot where I can just get back on the freeway. Okay, I think I've just found one. There we go. Yes. You know, it's a shuffle. What was the saying? You know, the fruit of patience is sweet. सबर का फल मीठा होता है. Yes. I thought I would never get on the freeway because of the way the traffic was coming. And after all that traffic jam, everyone is like and everyone just wants to speed. So anyway, so I have crossed the border. I didn't know this. I actually didn't. Oh, there is the airport. That's the Gold Coast airport. So what it means is the Gold Coast airport is practically right on the border, or maybe in New South Wales. That's interesting, because we just saw the sign, welcome to New South Wales, and this is the airport. That's a tunnel, so the plane might be going above the tunnel as well. This is an interesting day. We are in New South Wales. We are in a new state now. Okay. People seeing this sometimes might be like, what is this guy saying? You know, so what? You just came into a new state. But past few days I've spent riding around Queensland. And I was not expecting to get into this into New South Wales so quickly. I didn't know it was just after Gold Coast. Like I had mentioned earlier, I had not planned anything for today, to that extent that I didn't even know that I was going to cross the state. But anyways, here we are. We have crossed into New South Wales. And yeah, so all good, fantastic. I'll update when I find something else interesting. It's definitely not going to be crossing another state today, because we've just entered one. But might be something else. Anyways, I'll update when something else comes up. Amongst the many things you see on the motorway, an avocado. I knew the avocado is being grown somewhere over here. This simply means, if they have it like that, means it's local to the area. Now the big challenge is getting back on the freeway because of the traffic, you see. Okay, I think I have a gap. Okay, tropical fruit wall must be something. There's a service center. And apparently looks like sugarcane on my right. I can't believe this. I have been seeing sugarcane for I don't know how many days, and I still see it. I thought it was done. Right, this is Australia. Everything is in excess. Too much excess. I was just talking to someone the other day, and I was the discussion we were having was about the trip and how I was saying everything is too big, and the lady I was speaking to, she said, "Oh yeah, it's Australia. Everything is in excess. When we talk about Australia, everything is huge, massive, on a much bigger scale. So if you see sugarcane for 5 days, don't be too surprised." Oh, there was another person who was doing a bigger trip. Yeah, and I was amongst a lot of discussions I had in the past few days, koala monitoring. Now this is another interesting thing. Now we are entering the region, like we already started entering the koala region, but koalas are found on a very large area as well, and that area has already started earlier. Like I pointed out, the first sign I saw for koala, it goes on all the way up to I think Victoria is where they are found, up to Victoria. I know I've seen a lot of koalas around Melbourne for sure, but I don't think so they go beyond that. They stop around Victoria. So yeah, sugarcane on both sides. Look at the mountains, they look beautiful. On left hand side, a few distance back, there was an exit for King's Cliff on the left. So I've heard about King's Cliff before as well. So that basically comes over here. It is something that I would probably be able to cover from Gold Coast as well. And the first town of New South Wales is practically as soon as you cross the border. On the other side of the border is the first town. I've done about 100 k's since I started this morning. Total that I need to cover is 5.4, for about close to 550. So I'm thinking on the break at another 100 k's. Rest area. This is the first rest area I have come across in New South Wales. Oh, they have got a children play area as well. This is the first. Looks like they all compete against each other. So yeah, they've got benches like everywhere else. Toilet facilities at the back over there. Some information, and as a bonus they've got children play area, which is something I have not seen before, or if I have, I don't remember. So now I'm just going to briefly stop over here. I need to check if the chain, how long has it been since the chain was greased. So from Cairns till here I can be fine, okay, for not greasing a chain for maybe anywhere between 1000 and 2000 kilometers. If it's close to 2000, then I have to grease it now, because today is 500 k's and I can't risk it. So I'm going to do that and then I'll get going. So 24 hours CCTV in use, so they actually have CCTV in this rest area as well. That's interesting. Anyways, see you on the road. I sprayed a little bit on the chain because I could not put the bike on the big stand. It was on the side stand, so I didn't have a lot of access. So you could say half the chain is greased, but I think the grease will move around a little bit, so yeah, it should not be a problem.
think it feels a little less vibration already. I don't know if it's relevant or not. Maybe it's a road. On the left is exit for Byron Bay. Byron Bay is a very famous tourist spot as well. It's one of the popular ones like Cairns, Byron Bay, Gold Coast, you know, the whole region. So you could easily say that between Cairns and Sydney is pretty much where most of the tourism happens in Australia. This route is not as busy, simple reason being a tourist drive is parallel to this. So there is a parallel tourist drive that runs along this A1 or M1. It goes through a lot of small towns and everything. So yeah, it's only if you are onto some serious business like we are that you ride on this road, or you know, you're just trying to get to somewhere. If you want to visit every places, then tourist drive is probably the better option. But yeah, I thought I'll just point out that we are passing by Byron Bay right now. I'm thinking of stopping at the Sikh Gurudwara, the first Sikh Gurudwara in Australia. It's about 180 kilometers, 190 kilometers from here, from where I am right now. So yeah, hopefully should be there by, let's say, 3-4 o'clock or something. That's not 3-4 o'clock, but I would say 2:33 or 3 o'clock around. Yeah, 3:30 maybe. When I started the trip around, and I was at around Adelaide, if you look at the surface of the road, it's all, you know, it's got these lines and stuff. It was very similar to this over there as well, but over there it was very weird. The motorcycle would sway a lot because of this surface, but on this one it's working just fine. This one is so much better. It's the same type, but around Adelaide it will just go like zoom zoom, and it was not very well finished. It's causing a lot of problem, but over here it's so much better. I think it is designed to create better grip or something, but I personally feel this has got better grip. Anyways, I saw this again for the second time in this tour, that surface, so I thought maybe I'll just make a note of that. Alright, so I've just arrived over here. It's a cafe and museum kind of a thing. It's historic New Italy museum and cafe and a combination of everything. So I thought I'll just stop by and have lunch over here and then get going. Okay, so as you saw, there is a museum, there's a gift shop, there's this glass art gallery. You'd wonder why there is a glass art gallery, because apparently, I mean, from my travels I know there is the Venetian glass famous, so I guess maybe on those lines. And yeah, the food was really good at the cafe. I had a focaccia bread sandwich. So there it is. And a vegan cake and coffee. So yeah. And The museum was very good as well, very informative. There was a museum and a pavilion, both. The pavilion was more about info on the culture of Italy and everything, and the museum was next to the cafe, which was sorry, just 1 second, took off our set. Yeah, and the museum was about how Italians arrived in Australia and all of that, the history of migration. So yeah, it was pretty surprising to find this over here on the way, but I would say after Banila, that was the town just went. Definitely a good spot to take a break. I would say better than the fuel station and the typical McDonald's or those kind of stops, because the food is good, the coffee is good. They also have in the cafe you can buy pasta as well, and pickles and so many different things, but obviously I can't buy because I can't carry, don't have space. But I would definitely highly recommend stopping by at the new Italian museum, New Italy. Worth it. Okay, so now our next stop is the first I just realized I sound like a tour guide. With all the sugar on the side of the road, we also have a sugar mill over there. There's always a sugar mill. If you find so much sugar, there has to be a sugar mill. Right there on the left. So it's a sugar season, right now, so that's why you find it as well. Now look at that bridge ahead of us. Interesting, isn't it? It just goes flat and then choom, up and down. There's like a bump. Okay, so we're going one, and there's obviously high winds because we are going up, so I need to fuel up. We're climbing the bridge at an angle, and I think now at this point, actually very soon, we will be at the highest point. Yes, now we are at the tip. Oh, the wind is very heavy. Look at the view. The view up here is beautiful because the bridge, it goes like that, like a hump. Now we are coming back down. Look at the view. It's beautiful. There is a bridge like this in Japan, which is like one of the most weirdest bridge. It's too sharp. Yamba is on the left. We need to fuel up. So I've got about 60 kilometers or 50 kilometers of worth of fuel in me, in the tank. So let's see. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll find a petrol pump soon. It's really weird. There are two things that can happen with the truck when they're passing next to you. One is a push you and the other one is a pull you. With this one, because I don't know, maybe due to the wind direction or something, the first trailer was pushing me and the second trailer kind of was pulling me towards it, and it was a little scary. I was like, oh, I just passed now. And luckily it wasn't a road train. If it was a road train, then we might be in a little bit more trouble, or might have to like put more effort, like pull it out of it. So I had to take the Grafton exit for Grafton. The reason being I'm running out of fuel and I couldn't risk anymore. This is Tyndale, and this is Tyndale Roadhouse. So I sort of just went off the freeway. That's interesting. To just get a fuel up over here. So this is the first fueling of the day, I think, but I haven't actually ridden a lot. Maybe like 250 or something. Yeah, about 260, I think. 260 kilometers maybe. Anyways, so that's 205. Ooh, that's expensive, but the rates I think are going up due to some reason. Anyways, I'll fuel up and then I'll update as I go. Okay, so I filled up 11.42 liters. The rate is 205.9 per liter and added up to be $23.51 in total. Now yeah, another thing I wanted to just point out, so it's actually getting warm now. Got all this gear on and I see people going around without any jumpers or anything. So it is getting warm, which is good because I think there was rain and snow and everything in the past few days, which was making the temperature low, but now apparently it's getting warmer. Good for me, because I'm headed towards what do you call, Tassie, and that is one of the coldest states in Australia. So that'll be good. Okay, so we are headed back now. I had come off the freeway. Just a very small ride. So I'm going back the same route to get back on the freeway, and I think we are not very far from the Gurudwara now. So maybe in about an hour or so I should be there. It's what, 2:49 right now, so it's a 10 minutes to 3. Hopefully I should be in Gurudwara by 4 o'clock. 178 kilometers. Ask me how? Because I just saw the sign. I got back on M1, but I'm going the wrong direction. I'm actually going to Brisbane. No, I need to go back. I need to find a way to turn around somewhere. Now we are on the right way, for sure. Going to Melbourne. Yeah, that's it. Tyndale, Ulmara, Hughes, Big River Way. This is where I came across. And then the next point where there is a exit, that's the exit I took. So yeah, we're all good now. We are definitely not going in the wrong way. So we'll now take exit into Woolgoolga. Woolgoolga is a small town that comes on the left hand side, right here. So take this exit in a kilometer for Woolgoolga, the last one on the list. Now Woolgoolga is where the first Sikh temple is. So there are two ways to go there. One is from here. There is 7 kilometers inwards and then 3 kilometers exit on the other side. We could do it that way, or we could go straight and then take a 3 kilometer run, go backwards, and then again go back 3 kilometers to the freeway. But I thought instead just keep it simple, go out, visit the temple, and then join from the front, other side. Is the first Gurudwara of Australia.
Head east on Hastings Street towards Summer Street. In 150 metres, turn right.
I'll try and see if I can park inside. Yeah, this parking here is actually quite big. The first Gurudwara of Australia, 2019. Oh, that's when it must have been renovated. 1968, that's I think when it was built. So it's pretty huge. I didn't expect it to be this big. So I went in, I prayed. There was a gentleman, I think is the I don't know what the right name for it is, Granthi or something like that. Sorry for my lack of knowledge. So I was talking to him. I gave him some leaflets for Save Soil, and I told him what was going on with the soil issue, and he kind of agreed to it. He's like, that's true. And he said, if you have got any leaflets, I can have some. And I had about 2-3 stickers on top. I just passed it on to him, and yeah, good stop. I feel refreshed. Even passed on a good message, and I'll be on my way now. There are some kangaroos on the opposite side, just there. Let me see if I can cover it. Right there, just there. This part of Australia does have a lot of kangaroos. There's another Gurudwara here. Just there on the right hand side. It's an Indian restaurant, Spice Rack. There you go. Here, so there are two Gurudwaras, Gurudwara and museum. This is the Sikh Community Center on the left. This is the second Gurudwara. The other Gurudwara didn't have many people in it. This one does. This one has quite a lot of people. I don't know why. I guess there must be a lot of a big Sikh community around here. That's why there are two Gurudwaras in such close proximities. But yeah, good. At least I got a chance to come over here, visit the Gurudwara. Now, just one little thing, it's 4:23 right now, and the sun is kind of setting already, and I'm about 3 hours, roughly 2.5-3 hours from my destination. So I think I would have daylight until maybe 6:30, and I'm guessing by the time I get to my destination it will be 7:30. So I'm going to be a bit late today because I started late, and it's a long distance as well, so everything adds up. So if I am 180 kilometers to my destination today, and Sydney is 546, it means just around 360 k's or something is from Port Macquarie to Sydney. Not very far. Anyways, so I'll update once I find something interesting. Otherwise, as it gets dark, I won't be able to record much on the GoPro because it won't make sense. You won't be able to see anything. So let's see how we go. Arrived at the big banana. Look at that. That is seriously big. I did come across another big banana earlier, but it's nowhere close to this one. This is a really big one, and this one is also very famous. Coff Harbour, big banana. So by the way, I'm in Coff Harbour now. So I'm in Coff Harbour now, and this is the big banana. Big banana than just the banana. There is like ice skating, tobogganing, laser tag. There's a cafe, there's a motel, there's I think water park or something over there, mini golf. It's like a big deal of stuff, going on around here. But obviously that's kind of iconic, the big banana. There are a lot of bananas grown around this area as well, not as much as we saw previously, but I have I have seen bananas plantations on the way. Yeah, so we are in Coff Harbour. It's a pretty big town, city, whatever you want to call it. It's a pretty big place. Throughout the route so far since I left Brisbane, Coff Harbour was on the board, so I'm assuming that means it's a big town or a big city. But anyways, I saw big banana on the way, so I thought I'll just check it out. Look at that banana plantation right there. They got it there as well. Maybe that's part of the whole complex. I'm pretty sure they must be growing some bananas in the complex. Originally, when I checked the list, I knew there was a few things around here, but like I said, I'm doing freestyling today, so I'm not going by any schedule or any pre-planned locations. So just see what may come. We're still in Coff Harbour. Still out. We're still not out yet. By the way, it's a long weekend this weekend, which means Saturday, Sunday and Monday are all holidays. Saturday and Sunday is obviously holiday, but Monday is holiday as well. So, and it's a long weekend not just in New South Wales where I am right now, but also in Victoria. So tomorrow I'm riding, but the day after I am not, and the day after is Monday where I am riding, but it's going to be holiday, so it will be busy when we leave for Canberra, I guess. Okay, so I'll just stop over here for fuel at Camp C. That's Kempsey. Alright. So filled up 17.27 liters. No, sorry, 8.65 liters. The tank was half full. The rate is 197.7. No, sorry, 199.7. It's come up to 17.27 in total. So let's get going. Now we have about 44 kilometers pending, out of which I think about 30 are on freeway, and remaining it's just side road. So freeway at night, it's a little freeway is a little harder at night because it's cold, it's things are not as visible and everything. So yeah, anyway, so we got about 30 kilometers, so let's get it done and over with. Alright, so I'll update as I get closer to Port Macquarie, because after 30 kilometers I have to take an exit to go for Port Macquarie, because the road continues to go towards Taree, as you can see there. Okay, so it's 48 kilometers is Port Macquarie. 44 is my accommodation. So I'm basically, you could say, 4 kilometers away from the town center. Anyway, so I'll update once I'm closer to town. Otherwise, as you can see, there is not much to see. So anyway, okay. Yeah. Good, thank you very much.
More space under it, or
Now parked it over there.
in front of the smoking area here.
Yeah, is that okay? Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so we have arrived. Now, where's the light? Yep. There you go. So that's the room. Bed, sofa, table. I don't know, dressing table, toilet, and kitchenette. So I'll just quickly update on the day, and then I'll go and unload the stuff from the bike.
Okay, so yesterday I arrived in Port Macquarie. I came in, I was a bit tired, so I didn't give the diary for the night, so I'm adding it now. So basically I just after the day, how the day was, a few things. Number one, I started the day late because I was supposed to go and meet someone, and by the time I finished for breakfast, and by the time I finished and left, it was about 10 o'clock. The distance was around more than close to 550 kilometers. So I would normally estimate 1 hour per 50 kilometers roughly, including the stops. That includes the stops and everything. So that will mean that I will need about 10 to 11 hours. So, and also now as I go south, it becomes darker earlier. So by 5 o'clock it was already dark, which I was not expecting. So that was a misjudgment on my end, due to which it became really dark by the time I got here. Things that happen on the way. So number one, as I left from Brisbane, a few stops. Number one, totally unexpected ones, because I didn't actually plan the where I will stop and everything. So the first unexpected stop was yeah, of course, I crossed into New South Wales. I didn't know when it was going to happen. I went past Gold Coast, and then suddenly I just saw, oh, that we are welcome to New South Wales. So I didn't really, I didn't check it on the map to see where the border was. But anyways, now I'm in New South Wales. Secondly, the historic New Italy. That's a very good stop, much better than the typical service centers. So yeah, that was totally unexpected. After that, I stopped at the first Sikh Gurudwara in Australia. I was not planning for that, but when I met this person in the morning, Amit Bhai Patel, he recommended that this is a good stop to have when you're passing by. So I stopped over there. There were a couple of Gurudwaras over there. The second one I didn't, obviously I had to get going because it was getting late. But there's another one as well, which was more busier than this one. But anyway, so that was a good stop. And after that, as I was passing by Coff Harbour, I just realized, oh, there's the big banana is here. So I stopped over there. But otherwise, it was a bit chilly. Overall, not a problem, but my hands do get chilly even if I'm wearing good gloves. Because obviously at night it's dark, during the day it's sunny, so it heats up the gloves, I guess. So maybe it's a bit warmer. But anyways, I got here at Port Macquarie a bit late, around 7:30ish. After I got here, I just went straight to get some food. So there was a menu over here for a Chinese restaurant, so I immediately called them. They were closing soon, so I just placed an order, walked over there, got the food, got some water, came back, had dinner, and I just basically slept early. So that is for the day. If you don't know where I had dinner, it was 27 Place. That's the name of the restaurant. It's next to Coles. That was for the day. The place looks, when I arrived over here, it was quite dark, so we couldn't see much, but it looks quite nice. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. Actually, it is morning. So I'll see you in the next video.